underrated. But if you're scraping through a game versus them, what are the chances you beat GENG?
Exactly, yeah. FPX played a fantastic game. We were impressed by them, but a lot more to be desired from Heretics if they're going to make this one competitive. Opening it up, Munchkin's down to 22 and Karen's down to 0. Control for Heretics towards Rubble and mass rotations towards this C site. There's already 2 players sat in waiting. It's Benji Fishy and it's Rien's, but they've been pushed back by that orb.
Texture's going to look to try and play through it. Always fearsome in these pistols. They're doubling up. They're expecting it. They're waiting for him, and that works out for them. No trades to be had, and Rien's dominating. A good start. Boo holding the tiniest of pixel angles. I can tell you for free that my eyesight isn't that good, but somehow he's able to see absolutely everything. Fallen back off of the nade. Paranoia through, but there really isn't much support. It's taken a long time. I don't think they believe this was the real push. It means that the IGL is having to try and hold the line on his own, and it isn't going to go well. Benji, Rien's going to have to full retake this one. Benji actually going in a little bit early, and I think he's been spotted.
He has, and you see the ping go down from Munchkin. He knows exactly what's going on. Steps out of the way. Oh, but Benji's aware. He knows there could be a player here. It's all down to timing. Which way is he going to be looking when the swing comes through, and it's the right way. 2 versus 2. Kept competitive. Turret goes down for the info. Turret goes down, indeed, right after. That spike ticking away. They've decided to play the long game. Reposition up to heaven. Take it together. The steps will be heard now, though. And the headshot angle from Karen. Perfect. Meteor, the man who's been finding 4Ks in so many rounds. He's only got 1 kill between him. And that lead taken out of Heretics' hands. The defuse needed all the way. And Meteor sticking close by.
May want to try and push more aggressively on C. See if they can spam it out. But instead, it looks like they're just going to have to give this one up. The defense themselves have a lot of ultimates. Nightfall, Showstopper available, even a counter pit could be in play, and in fact, they've used the Showstopper immediately, just trying to catch in case he was close on the pit. Might have been better to use the Nightfall first, but I guess the success was there anyway.
And then they've sprayed Miniboo after the Showstopper through with an Odin, and the Viper's Pit activated at an inopportune time. Rien's pops his ult and gets shot in the head, and now it's all left onto a man decaying inside a pit.
Might be. Like with Meteor's lockdown online, I wouldn't be surprised if they use it. In fact, no, they're going to send the Nightfall in instead. An immediate, aggressive push coming out from Texture. He might not be able to hear, but he's hoping the same's on the other side. The reveal is perfect coming out from Lakia, but even still, it's only going to be the 1. But with the plant in, they're going to use the lockdown. This will buy them even more time.
GENG have a foothold. Karen falling below, but he's been spotted. The swing in from Rien's not good for anything as Lakia lands another, and Meteor's there to back him up, recover the rifle as well, give them a fighting chance up against Benji. He failed in the 1 versus 2 last time. He was ran around the discipline of GENG, got it across the line, and we may just see the same again with Meteor swinging up for them. And Team Heretics, they can't be feeling too great about their chances here. Showstopper activated and fired through just for the space. It's crowd control. Door opens. Miniboo meets a bullet to the head from Meteor. But the trade is there, keeping it alive with Benji Fishy catching the aggression from Texture. GENG don't have any advanced control. That's why Karen goes up inside the smoke. He's got himself a nasty angle, but he is isolated.
Lakia trying to hold. Last time he attempted these spams, he got taken out. Karen may just have himself the battle here. The spacing, perfect. The Caesars caught them again. They can't move. They're all in that little back corner. And instead, just playing off angles. Karen with another, just dancing around his own utility, connecting every bullet. We haven't had to talk too much about his individual plays so far today because of the presence of other players, but when he's needed, that's exactly where he arrives. Boo, he doesn't even have the time to get anything done here. Eventually, Lakia's there while both players.
And he's on his way to the A site, which is now mostly open. Just 1 player, just a classic. They've not seen him to start with, and well, looky, he only gets the 1. A better weapon there, and that could have been a disaster.
Lakia, of course, is invested into utility, but it seems like he's going to wait for teammates to round that corner. Still a couple of Sheriffs to play with this time. I think for the first time, the Caesar's actually going to go amiss for that defensive side, but it's already the read. The Sheriff finds 1, gun picked up again. Even just making this costly could be huge, but they found a Guardian now. Time a ticking, and 2 for 1 for Munchkin. In fact, Lakia's there as well. Last time out, they at least...
Depend on your opponents making mistakes, and this is GENG we're talking about here.
I think they've got their whiffs out in the last few rounds.
Exactly. Like Nilzinho said, they're going to punish you every time. Showstopper to try to punish back, and Texture is the one finding the kill. Benji Fishy down and out of the round. The lurk no longer there. Now they look just towards the side.
Okay.
A little whiffy for Meteor. A chance with Munchkin though on the backside, dodging the paranoia and landing a headshot. But 10 HP is enough for Woot to stay alive, to look for some headshot angles and to still participate. His smoke up the one-way already surpassed though. Lakia has dropped down below and he's got support up top. But up goes Woot. The 10 health man still getting the damage done. They're both quite low. And a man like Texture keen to convert. The first shots don't land, but nor to the last. It's Rien's taking it.
Maybe an attempt? I was going to say at some wallbangs, but it doesn't seem like it. As Munchkin's playing elsewhere, it's going to leave him with problems on the economy again.
Okay.
It happens again. Woot caught trying to teleport back. A similar scenario to what we've seen before. The spams are going to do so much, but the headshot back through the wall. It just seems like the second these rounds get into weak economy, GENG just find miracles.
They have a two-man advantage. And both players, one behind a Viper wall, the other behind a real wall. Nice shot by Miniboo. And the dodge of the rocket as well. The life traded out for a bit of damage with him on 50 HP, but he has a showstopper of his own. GENG still have one towards this C site. Meteor now knows there's contact close. The shot not going to land. Just with the Sheriff. Has to be precise on these peaks, and it's Rien's to shut him down. C-site control now there for Heretics.
Yeah, it's patience that ends up getting that kill. An advantage given up, but with the weaponry in play, you can understand the risks. It's whether or not there's anything more to find. Lackey has been able to retrieve an Odin, but with low HP, it's not really the weapon of choice. And in fact, Showstopper going to be utilized, but it's more just to try and hold them back. The Snakebite has delayed at least a little bit more, and it gives more time for this Odin to wrap around. It's complete oversight from Miniboo, not paying attention, not ready for the players behind. Luckily, Benji has found another. Still decent weaponry now in play. With only pistols starting off this round, there's real potential for them to turn this back. Munchkin, his gun was never spotted, but he can't quite land the final shot. Benji, we'd have to hope that this shouldn't be too much of an issue for the side of Heretics.
You should run.
Utility being expended. In fact, they're even going to use the lockdown here, and Woot is just waiting. Ooh, paranoia in hand. That's just going to headshot Munchkin straight through. They're expecting someone to be on that other side. The rest of the defense have been completely forced off. I like the fact that Heretics are playing this one incredibly safe. Don't want to give their opponents any sneaky corners, any risky spots that could cause them issues. And now in the post plant, this is going to become a lot tougher.
Yeah, looks like most of the bodies are going to go with the rifle. Woot's up top now, ready to fire back. The spams in return give away the fact that there's a rifle on the other side. They'll give that some respect. Woot might not. Benji Fishy grabbing himself the kill on mid. Now it's just one angle, or was just one, being held down for Texture. Wants to light up a few players. He won't find a damn thing. In fact, with that kill, Miniboo's nasty idea. Sees nade, but that gets Karen into position. The spams do go the way of GENG here. Boo's tracers being followed up on. And for Heretics, an immediate stoppage to the play. One of those ops has already been traded out, and I think soon we'll see the same thing happen. But the idea here again is they're making noise on A, they're spamming away, and hopefully on B or C, someone gets curious. But as we can see, that ain't happening. GENG have lost a lot of HP on Lakia though, thanks to the Odin.
Yeah, both Fade players getting tagged. And there is the
out.
kill. That's the exact kill they were looking for. They're going to have a decent idea as well that Karen is going to be playing this aggressive ground. Snakebite. Not going to be forcing him off this angle. The paranoia, however, will. They're already looking to try and just execute onto him, and he'll survive longer than maybe expected. But even still, the kills have gone the way of Heretics. Two stand in their way from an impressive comeback on a map that was heavily favored to the reigning Masters champions. Looking to try and take this to a third, but there's still a couple to deal with.
Meteor's had a lot of big rounds, and Munchkin, when he needs to, he can step up to the plate, and he certainly does need to this time. Two players just around the corner, and he misses them by a hair. Wrapping back around, they're ready and swinging straight into him. Meteor has the info on the first and knows where the other two are. The swing is good. He spotted them and heard the shrouded step, heard the second two. They've split the angle, perhaps offered Meteor a chance to isolate the fight, and he connects the shot. Lockdown now in play, and it's Benji Fishy needing the clutch to keep the dream alive, and Heretics, they've got themselves a third map here. An impressive comeback into Lotus. They've taken GENG down, something they couldn't do on Shanghai.